here, are they?
Yeah, we just want to get this over with.
Fight.
And Kyle is starting from the Mega side. Ooh, nice try on the entry rocket. I think he actually did hit that, or was it? Oh, that actually was the blast damage that was damaging Kyle's armor. So Dodger already like knew which way Kyle was going to go at the start there. They're already facing each other, and Kyle having less luck with the shots.
Dodger managed to dupe Kyle there really well into taking the low ground and being on the stairs. So difficult to play a fight on the stairs, any game really.
Absolutely.
But especially a game where you've got to land quite a lot of damage in Xonotic comes from explosives, which you want to land on the floor.
Oh! The juggling around and 2 HP left on Dodger. It's a very good entry just in the first minute, and that vortex, holy hell. But the first minute, 2 frags already for Dodger.
This has been labelled as Dodger's best map. This is sort of home of Dodger, back when he had some competition.
Yeah, Stormkeep more like Dodger keep. Through the teleporter. Kyle did manage to bonk, but it's definitely not enough. He would have needed much more damage there. Dodger just basically in total control at the moment. I think he's picked up 1 mega health and 2 heavy so far in the first minute and a half. Kyle actually the same, but reverse. 2 megas and 1 heavy.
Yeah, you see they're keeping it fairly close in terms of pickups, but Dodger's been able to capitalise in between the pickups and get the frags out. Same sort of thing we saw happening in reverse on with Kyle on Aerowalk.
Yeah, he was constantly out of control, but like with the items, but it was very much in control with the spawn frags and everything, and barely won the game with 3 frags in the lead. Ooh, that comboing around by Dodger, that's amazing to see. 3 seconds too heavy. He will concede that to Kyle and fall back to Mega himself. Just hearing the steps of Kyle, and like you said in the previous matchup between Kyle and Rainbow Shadow, that Stormkeep is one of those maps that, like, the teleporter can fool you a lot when you're just listening for the well, anything that the opposing player does, whether it's steps or firing weapons or anything. Like, you can hear the player firing the rocket launcher from like the far end of the map, but then there's the teleporter in between the or in the middle of the map, so the rocket itself can be closer than you think. Ooh. Not sure hitting these shots
very low.
Yeah. Dodger indeed could also just get fragged here by a rail, just barely. He's regenerating slowly to 100. Speaking of those small helps, and oh, that rocket!
Prediction.
Oh no!
Always makes you feel good when you hit those predictions. You pop a spam through and you hear the noise, and your brain just automatically knows the noise that 80 damage is.
Absolutely. And I'm pretty sure, like, Dodger did not feel good about just getting hit by those, but he did manage to just still get, like, the rocket into Vortex combo in that 7th frag. Still trying to control the Mega side. Flash jumps back. Oh, Kyle expecting nothing. He's just actually up in the air. And he did pick up the Mega health, but Dodger is dealing all that damage. And oh my lord, the bonk as well.
You saw that little bit of waiting from Dodger. He was expecting Kyle to delay the spawn. Kyle actually managed to not delay the spawn, so double bluffed him. So he was already gone by the time Dodger went through the teleporter. Otherwise, there was a good chance that Dodger would have caught Kyle out again with that spawn frag sort of duking through the teleporter. There's an interesting thing you can do on this map that hasn't come into play just yet. You can actually shoot the back of the teleporter from the mega health side and do damage to someone coming through it because of wallbangs.
Now this next fight. Oh, a lot of damage coming at Dodger's way this time, and Kyle finally getting his first frag.
Really well played there from Kyle. He bided his time until he had the stack, knowing that Dodger wasn't able to sort of defend the stack, but was just going more for frags. So now Dodger gonna have to play a little bit for the stack to be able to regain control, rather than just going for the frags. But he's got a decent chance because Kyle hasn't completely locked down the map. He doesn't quite have the weapons he might want.
Ooh. Wasn't expecting. Oh, Dodger so soon around the teleporter there, and yeah, Dodger will catch a lot of damage, but still get his 10 frag. Ooh. And this heavy just barely stolen from Kyle.
Lovely shot in the previous fight from Kyle, shooting Dodger, hitting him with a blaster shot to put off his aim. Oh, unfortunately, Dodger was able to really predict what was going to happen.
Excellent.
Ooh. Yeah, the blaster doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but like the knockback can really just mess the other player's movement. But Dodger again on a streak of frags has picked up the Mega, and Kyle earlier on sadly lost that frag while self-fragging himself in a previous fight. Now it's back to 0. Kyle actually doing quite a bit of damage. Dodger only at 100 HP. Oh, and the bonk!
This is really good for Kyle. Even if we assume that this game is going to be lost, the fact that Kyle is getting frags in and he's not just be completely walked over by Dodger is great for Kyle's mental position going into the next map. Because I think we saw from Rainbow towards the end of the third map versus Kyle, we saw Rainbow really sort of starting to lose the mental game.
Yeah, now Kyle did get the control over the major items for a moment. 3 seconds to the next heavy. He's on the hunt for Dodger here. Sadly, he's missing a few of those shots, but he still ends up getting the frag. But down to 44 HP, he can still replenish from the mega health. Dodger will. Oh, he's actually not waiting on the heavy side. Spawns completely elsewhere. Kyle is still in control with the major items, and again trying to do a confident push here. Catches a lot of damage, but still ends up getting a frag. Goes down to 11 HP there. To the teleporter comes Dodger. Catches a shot of his own. Oh no, he's barely.
Oh,
Kyle barely
so
switches to the shotgun right when Dodger shows himself up. He's trying to predict the bonk there. He's too low for a blast jump. He has to regenerate a little bit. There we go. Now he's jumping up to the vent to get the light armor. And all the while, Dodger picking up that heavy armor and being on the higher stack this time. Ooh, nice rocket right before Kyle entering the teleporter. And he knows the heavy timer, and he's... Ooh, what a ramp jump. Gets the heavy, and but still Dodger dealing all that damage and expecting Kyle coming through that teleporter. Not even picking up the Mega yet. I think Kyle knows that like Mega is still up there, and Dodger is only just standing there to control the spawn. Potentially get a frag here, but yeah. Now Kyle should probably roughly know when also Mega spawns, but he also gets fragged again, and that spawn... Oh! Vortex on the spawn, and that second one as well! Kyle had nowhere to go there. Oh, wow.
Nice slap. Dodger being a bit tricky there, trying to get a 360 no-scope, but...
1 minute.
They both know what the game is at the minute. It slaps.
It's just back and forth. Bonks.
You see as well, both of them as they're doing this, they're running at each other and they have to shoot because a slap does 70.
Yeah.
But if you shoot and you can get 30 out of a good shotgun shot, you're well ahead.
Absolutely, but I like that they were just battling on the heavy, even though it wasn't even spawning it. They were just shooting each other and bonking each other. But Kyle now didn't know when the heavy was spawning. Has the advantage on the stack this time. Dodger, yeah, going down.
This is what's known as GG by default.
Yeah.
Both players doing silly things, but it's always entertaining.
Yeah.
It can calm you down. Kyle can feel satisfied, and he can forget the exact score at the end of the game as well, which can put you in a much better place for the next match.